Thokozani, 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 Ninjani. Welcome, family. Welcome to our channel. If this is your first time here, please like, subscribe, follow, comment, share. This would be really great if you did, so we can grow our family. We're on the road to 10K. At 10K, we will start story time where you guys get to know a little bit more about me on a personal level. So this is this is the season of Sekhmet. Came in today and tonight, May 23rd, Thursday, is the full moon out there in Sagittarius. And the season of Sekhmet will run all the way until June the 22nd. So I thought I would do a series of teachings on Sekhmet. I'm going to try to do as many as is possible before I leave the United States for South Africa. And over there, I don't know what challenges I'll come across in terms of being able to record. So I'm going to try and do as many teachings and leave you with as many tools as possible in the season of Sekhmet. And I thought one of the things to do is let me tell you a little bit about the things that align us with Sekhmet this season. So if Sekhmet energy is an energy you want to tap into and align yourself, one is the color orange. This is the color orange. There is a story to this, and yes, it's a real lion's tooth, but we will get into that when we do story time. So you need to subscribe if you want to know how this all came about, because it's deep. But that having been said, so your color is orange. The stone is flint for obvious reason. We know that flint is the stone that you can hit together and get a spark and create fire, right? So flint is the stone. The metal is tin. So tin as a metal. Now, I don't know of any tin jewelry. If you know any tin jewelry anywhere, holler at a girl. Maybe I can get a tin ankh. I don't know. The tree is juniper, so the juniper tree, and the incense is balsam, or balsam, B-A-L-S-A-M. I say balsam. That's the incense that you can use if you want to connect with the energy of Sekhmet. And of course, animals are cats, all kinds of cats. And yeah, so, and of course, felines, the big cats, right? Okay, so what I wanted to do, and I thought would be useful now that I've given you things to align with Sekhmet, is to look at one of the aspects of Sekhmet today in terms of how you can practicalize, your work or your spiritual journey, basically. So we know that Sekhmet is a healer. We also know that Sekhmet is fire, and she burns and she removes. In isiZulu, like I said yesterday, one of her praise names is Wena Oshisa Insalela Zobubi. What does that mean? It says, you who burns away all impurities, you who burns away all remnants of bad things. Okay, what are bad things? Bad things, you might say, are things that are not aligned with Ma'at. Because remember, Sekhmet comes to restore righteousness. She does that in a rather violent way, but I think the lesson for us and how we practicalize this energy is you taking a good look into your life honestly and getting rid of things that no longer serve you, right? What could those things be? It could be relationships. It could be habits. It could be whatever it is that's in your life that no longer serves you. You need to get rid of it. Anything that causes you not to be in Ma'at, anything in your life that brings imbalance, disorder, chaos, disharmony, those are the things you want to get rid of. And this is a great time for you to have your 42 confessions of Ma'at, sort of to go over them and kind of try to see, maybe work with one or two of those and look at them to see which of those you can pick up and work with this energy of Sekhmet to assist you in letting go of certain things, right? Now, the other thing to understand about the energy of Sekhmet on an individual level is letting go of things is never easy, right? So letting go of bad habits is never easy. Letting go of toxic relationships is never easy because there is something that has kept you stuck in that relationship. Sometimes it's relationship of trauma bonding, a relationship that does not serve you, that is almost parasitic in your life. That's a relationship that leaves you depleted, empty, sad, guilty, shame-filled, whatever it is. You can ask the energy of Sekhmet to help you get rid of that and to help you heal. Because remember, Sekhmet is a healer. Now, something about the energy of Sekhmet too is understanding that with healing, healing is not a one-stop shop where you do something today. Maybe you write a letter to your inner child or you write a letter of forgiveness to someone and you're done. Healing is a very complex thing because it's like peeling an onion. I'm sure you've heard this said by a lot of different people when it comes to healing. There are layers and layers and layers to healing. And as long as you're a human being on this planet, you will have healing work. We all have healing work. A lot of us have accumulated trauma from childhood, which then resulted in trauma in relationships, whether it be sibling relationships, whether it be relationships with your kids, whether it be relationship with a spouse, relationship with anybody. But it has resulted, it's almost like a snowball effect. This trauma in your childhood, just kind of as you went through life, you just accumulated more and more and more trauma. We know that like attracts like, and unhealed trauma will attract more trauma. So it's very important that you sit with yourself during this season of Sekhmet and really look at certain patterns in your life to see where it is you are exhibiting signs of trauma. And of course, this is written in your subconscious. So it's not necessarily something you're aware of on a daily unless you choose to become aware of, unless you choose to become more conscious. Then you can look at certain things and start to see a pattern. And that's where the breakthrough comes, is when you see a pattern and then you acknowledge that, no, man, there's a pattern in behavior here, or there's a pattern in the way I do things. One of the things people do a lot of is self-sabotage. You think that things aren't going well because of what everybody else around you is doing or not doing, only for you to realize that no, it's actually deeper than that. The reason you can't move forward is because you're sabotaging yourself. And I think any time that you don't heal trauma that you recognize is there, that's a form of self-sabotage. So now we're going really deep into this healing journey. Remember, we are still in the mother of the womb. We are still inside that warm cocoon of our set. We're still doing a lot of introspection. And so a lot of teachings around Sekhmet have to do with introspection. That word you're going to hear over and over and over again. Introspection. Going inward instead of going outward, right? You meet somebody today, they step on your foot, and you have a disproportionate reaction of anger. Go inward. This person stepped on your foot, probably said sorry, but the level of rage you felt at just somebody stepping on your foot, if you are conscious and aware, should indicate to you that, no, man, something is off. Why, even after this person apologized, did I feel so enraged? It means you need to sit and introspect to try to find out where are you hurting really? Because your reaction there is disproportionate to what happened to you, especially after an apology. Somebody bumps you at the grocery store and you flip. There's something deeper going on. And this is the season of Sekhmet. It's guys, it's going to be painful, okay? But I want to invite you to stay with it. Healing deep pain, healing deep trauma means you have to stay engaged with it. Now that doesn't mean that every single day you wake up and you're moping around, but it means that you cannot feel something or be triggered, because triggers are wonderful things. A trigger is a gift because it signals to you something that isn't yet healed. As long as you continue to be triggered by certain things, don't, and we use this word so glibly lately, right? Most of us will go, oh my God, this triggered me. When something really triggers you, you're not really able to be trite about it. But what I would invite you to do is don't bury that as quickly as it came up, because it will come up violently and quickly. Don't bury it. Sit with it. This is an era and an age. Remember, it is she who burns all remnants of bad things. So don't be surprised during this season, even without you doing much, finding yourself constantly triggered. This is the energy of Sekhmet knocking at your door to say, hey, I'm here to cauterize that wound. I'm here. She's here to cauterize those wounds. She's here to help you heal, but it's going to be painful. Healing is never easy. Healing is never neat. You can never put it in a nice little box and put a ribbon on it and say, I'm healed. Because before you've tied that ribbon, something else is going to happen. So we are in a constant state of healing. And as Bagwantu, we know that we carry a lot of wounding, right? We carry a lot of wounding because we are born into the wounded. We are born from the wounded. And so there will be a lot, especially for those who are ancestrally gifted. This is a great period to do that ancestral healing work. Let them come through, and they probably will come through in dreams, asking for this or asking for that. This is the time to do that healing work for them so that you can be properly aligned. The other thing to remember during this season, and it's coming to me right now, is they are going to be those who passed on, who have harmed you, who may show up in your dreamscape. They may show up, and their showing up is showing you, number one, that you have some healing work to do with that person or about that person who wounded you. Because remember, just because somebody is gone doesn't mean the wound is healed. Let's be honest. I know that there is this thing, do not speak ill of the dead, but there are some dead who left us broken. So they may show up in your dreamscape. Number one, that could be your higher self saying, hello, there's a wound with this one. You haven't looked at this, right? But for ancestrally gifted kids, it could be, because for us as spiritual beings, especially ancestrally gifted, unforgiveness blocks our gifts. Unforgiveness prevents us from becoming our full self. And the result of that is it then starts to affect how we relate to and how we heal others. So if you're called to heal like I am, it becomes very necessary to stay there with whatever comes through, right? I'll be sharing a lot, like I said, on story time about my own journey and my journey of forgiveness, really, because I have had to forgive those who've passed on because they were causing, that unforgiveness was causing blockages in me. And of course, this ultimately will affect your healing work. So this is us looking at Sekhmet as the healer, Sekhmet as that fire that burns away all things that no longer serve you, all those things that do not align with Ma'at within yourself and around you with the relationships or in interpersonal relationships that you have. Now I want us to take a look at the cosmic level, because there is a cosmic level to what is going on, right? As above, so below, right? As within, so without. So you are a microcosm. Each and every one of you is a microcosm of the universe, as we know. And we know that there are a lot of energetic shifts going on in the universe. We know, for example, there have been a lot of solar flares. That is Sekhmet. We already have predictions, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, that this summer is going to be unbearably hot. That is Sekhmet. Why? She is here to burn away all things that do not align with Ma'at. I'm not going to say any more. You can extrapolate ... So understand that what is going on within you, if you avail yourself to this process, is also something that is happening on a cosmic level. Understand sometimes that the chaos you feel within you is literally mirroring what is going on in the cosmos. Remember, you are not separated from the cosmos. Nothing can happen in the cosmos that will not happen within you. So, as this churning up of things that do not align with Ma'at happens globally, as we are seeing, this is going to happen within you too if you avail yourself to this energy. Remember, we are in the age of transformation. And I've said before that we're going to be forced to transform. A lot of us are. Circumstances, situation, because this is the prevailing energy. This age of Ma'at, this age of the divine feminine, this age of Aquarius requires us to transform. But if you lean into that energy instead of resisting and trying to go opposite or trying to hold on, you will be just fine. You will not be spared the work that is required to do the healing, but you will be assisted because you're flowing with that natural flow of universal energy. So I hope this has helped. I will be back with another teaching of Sekhmet. Like I said, I'm trying to bang them all out quick, so that we get as many out as is possible. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, please go and subscribe. We're almost at 10K. Once we get to 10K, well, then we can go live and I will be telling you a lot of stories. It's not something I ever thought I would do, but the times that we're in really call for those of us who have experienced certain things to share with those who might be going through the same things, if nothing else, but just to reassure them that you're okay, you're going to be fine, number one, and two, so that those who are yearning and longing to learn can pick up whatever tools or skills or advice that they may need for their personal journey. So on that note, I love you and leave you, family. Bagwantu Royals, thank you so much. And we say Sekhmet, Sekhmet, and see you on the next upload. Mastogozeen.